Hey everybody, and welcome to the Resolution Room. I'm Destiny, and today joining us we have the beautiful
Brantasia
and
Famous.
Here at the Resolution Room, we bring everyone together and try to come to a resolution. So let's get right into it. So, I'm gonna jump right in. There's been some things going around. I'm sure everyone wants to know, what's the tea, right? Okay. So Famous, you did an interview last year on RapDillz, and you said, and I quote, Bria is my person. What changed?
Honestly? Well, at first, nothing had changed. Just over the last few months, we just both had pretty much a lot of distance between us. I was actually dealing with my own personal issues, and I kind of separated myself from everybody. And a lot of people just took it personal, as opposed to actually really knowing what was going on. So
a lot of people, or
not just you, a lot of people.
okay.
You being one of the people, but you know, being my person, I just felt like, how could you not notice if somebody that's around you all the time is going through something? Instead of personalizing and making it about you, you never reached out to see if there was, you know, any real issues going on. There was a lot of side conversations happening with other people in our friend group, and basically that's what led to this being what it is today.
Okay. And how would you like to respond to that?
I was going through my own stuff. So if I'm going through my own things and I feel like I wasn't getting the support that I needed, it's kind of hard for me to keep being the person that you need. So
That I need.
yeah, because bitch, you.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Say what you need to say.
I feel like I've always been there for you, no matter what you've been through.
Okay.
And I feel like when I was opening in my store and I was doing everything, I was very much alone. And I was going through that whole experience by myself.
Okay.
So it's hard and then I think at the time I was going through my own personal relationship issues when everything started. So
And I was too.
yeah, well, we're not taking that from you, boo,
Okay.
but we're talking about me.
Okay.
Right? So I feel like it was a lot of stuff going on in my life and in my overall experience where I felt like I wasn't being supported and I didn't have the support from you.
Okay.
So for me, it was kind of like, I can't keep being that for that person if they're not going to be there for me.
So that was basically what you meant when you said I wasn't showing up for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though I wasn't living here, I just was coming here to see the person that I was dating.
Majority of the time, yeah. Well, even if you're coming up to see the person that you were dating at the time, you made time to come up there and see them. I was doing something that was like one of the biggest moves in my life, even though I eventually hated it.
Right.
But initially, it was something that I was doing that I was proud of and I was excited, and I didn't have my friend.
No, I told you
I didn't know. I didn't have the person that I felt like I should have been there, because I feel like no matter who else, somebody else opened something, you're there, you're helping set up. Yeah.
I was there. I helped set up.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
Yeah,
Would you move the tree so I could take a picture for you?
On plenty of occasions, I came
For
to
the
the store. Girl.
The only time I came to the store is when the store was done, when you I came to the store.
No, I was there before
that. No, you were not.
Yes, I was. I came to the store before that.
Name a day.
I had pictures.
When
and
I was
videos.
taking pictures of
No,
you.
I'm not talking about when you were taking
Listen,
the
the
pictures.
last time he was at
every
my
time
store.
I came to the store. I was in the store way before it opened, love.
When?
Love. I can go.
Tell me when.
I'm not going to go through the archives right now. Yes, I was.
When it was for me setting up, there was not. The only person that was there for me was the white boy.
Okay.
And
which you, the mom, let me.
No.
Yeah.
And I had a couple other people, and that was it. That was it. And
people.
you gotta be you gotta hold it like
accountable.
You weren't there.
Okay, you want me? I wasn't there. I was doing my own thing. You were working. I told you, you made your whole life about working and opening your business and running your business.
So you should have supported me, and you should have been able to be a support.
I just wasn't living here. When I came here, I was coming here for a specific reason.
And then once you were here, it was still
yeah, but nobody was seeing me when I came here. I didn't even know I was here half the time when I was coming here.
Stank. It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't exclude the fact that it was just you.
And if somebody is doing something, and even when you're working, you were doing things, and the time that I was opening, you were in a good space. You were in a good space.
I wasn't.
Yes, you was, because you were still in the city. You were still working, and you still had your job. Everything was still. You were in a good space, Pooh.
What? How?
How?
Was there something going on that she didn't know about?
She knows everything.
I know everything.
So exactly. So
at
a good
the time
space
when I
how?
opened my space in September. Remember when I got in my space in September?
In September. No,
November.
it wasn't September because
I got in my space in November.
Okay, and when did you open the store?
I don't ever think I feel like I really ever opened
Because
it.
I started dating in January.
You started dating
and that's when I started
January,
coming up here more.
And that's when you started coming up here more. But even through the process of Dill being here in January, there was nothing, hey, do you need help at the store?
So
Can
we
I come
never
in
went
and
out?
help you? We went out on my birthday. That was the last time I...
So Valentine's, I came up here the day after Valentine's Day, specifically for that reason. Because I wasn't able to celebrate Valentine's Day because I was in New York and he was here. And we went out that day when I came here. Did we not?
I didn't go out with you on Valentine's Day.
We didn't go to Wind Down Wednesday?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, okay, all right.
But still, that's partying.
It doesn't matter. But don't make it seem like I didn't support you.
Going out and partying.
We're not going to do that.
You did not.
All right, okay, listen.
That's a part of my frustration. So I'm just going to throw it out there.
I think with that, we're going to have to table that just a little bit, and we're going to just have to agree to disagree. I feel like...
See, he got to start taking accountability.
It's not about taking accountability because you
were not supportive.
No, it wasn't about being supportive. Nobody was seeing me. I was with who I was with, and that was it.
But even if there was ever a moment where you
were with who you were with,
I was definitely with my...
Exactly.
I'm talking about when I'm in the store.
Couldn't do nothing with you because every time I tried to do something, he was right there.
It sounded like you're saying the same thing. It really did.
No, my person was never really there. Her person never went anywhere. Can't even go cook dinner because gotta cook dinner for me, you, him, and
right.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
He's not my person.
Oh, you would have thought wrong. Didn't we go grocery shopping? Oh, did he pick us up from the store that day?
Because
I was there, exactly supporting you.
You weren't helping me do nothing.
As a friend.
Okay. I'm gonna give you just a teeny bit of credit because it sounded like you kind of thrown a couple things out there that maybe you forgot a little bit.
No, I didn't forget about nothing. He was not there. I'm talking about setting up.
Specifically, you're talking about in the store.
Putting the work in and doing things. Quay was not there.
Being a full-time bartender in New York, how could I have been there?
The same way you was coming up here to see little Waldo.
Okay, all right.
It's the same thing.
We gotta move on a little bit. We gotta move on.
Okay.
The same thing. Just take that there. Did he come help support me on my birthday? Yes, you did.
Okay.
But we talking about business support.
That.
I appreciate the little things, and he knows that. But I just didn't feel supported.
All right, so
I'm grateful to
let's
shut up. You ungrateful. What's about ungrateful?
This episode was brought to you by Kickback Studios. This episode was brought to you by Powerful Treats. But no, I want to dig a little deeper into, let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So I feel like that gives us a little bit of insight on where your feelings were on both sides. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to a week or so ago.
Oh, the status?
Yeah, the status.
That I put up?
Yeah. Because that's really kind of what brought us here today. That just blew up. But no. I know there's a lot of backstory to it, but that is what brought it to light for everybody else.
Okay.
So I feel like, what was that, like a week ago, right? When that happened?
Maybe 2 weeks ago?
I would say 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I want to figure out how we got there and it got so big. How did it get to where it is where we're literally sitting down having a discussion about it, realizing that something has to happen in order to kind of move past this or at least understand this? How did we get here?
I made a general post.
Okay.
General.
Okay.
And a couple people took it out of context.
For those of us that don't know, myself included, can you just...
The status pretty much said...
Is it still up? Did you screenshot it?
I screenshotted it,
okay.
But I think I remember it basically stated like creating a sweatsuit.
No, I don't think it was about a sweat, was it?
It was. And that's why everybody felt like it was a shady post, because I basically said creating a sweatsuit and saying you have a brand is equivalent to going live and saying you have a podcast. You guys lack creativity and quality control.
Okay.
And then I also made it a point to say that basically, I don't give a fuck who's doing what. Nobody did what I did for my city.
I started this shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I did say that.
You're going to tell us, right?
That's what I said. And, you know, from what I was told, a couple of people had been DMing, obviously on her behalf, making it seem like I was being shady towards her. No, I mean, how not?
Because
I'm saying like DMing you, telling you that I was being shady towards you, making it seem like the post was directly about you. It was a general post. People can take it however they want to take it, but at the end of the day, she's not the only person in Albany who does sweatsuits. And I personally do feel like a lot of people who are starting
with
brands.
quality control, and I am very creative. So I did not feel like, I didn't feel like that was about me.
I personally wouldn't have thought that
But this is where people who are having side conversations and who generally just want to be messy chime in, because now y'all made it about her. Okay. So now it's giving, oh, he was being shady towards brand. I was talking about everybody who lacks quality control and creativity. Not a lot of people up here are creative. This is a piggyback city. Everybody's doing monkey see, monkey do. It worked for him. It's going to work for me. And the quality isn't that good. You are mass producing bullshit. And at the end of the day, because I am somebody who feels like I started this shit, I should be able to have an opinion on something like that, as if anybody else that came before me could say the same thing about my shit if they wanted to. If you feel like it's not that great, it's okay, but I'd rather you say it to me. My thing is, take it how you want to take it. Some people took it literally, some people didn't. Some people blew it out of context, some people thought it was about this. You know what I mean? It was just, it wasn't here for me to be explaining who it was about. As a collective, she's not the only person in Albany who does sweatsuits. Literally, everybody's doing sweatsuits. I'm not known for doing sweatsuits. I'm known for doing jackets.
You are known for being jackets.
But I've done sweatsuits.
That's your thing. No, jackets is your thing.
Jackets are my, basically, they're my foundation. That's my foundation to my brand.
Your whatever piece.
Your anchor piece. That's what
exactly. So it is what it is, but it's like, why take it literal if you don't know who it's about? You know what I'm saying? Like, to make it about somebody not knowing, especially if the person's not feeling like that, a person could have said the same thing, like, I'm gonna go create a Barbie jacket, even though my shit got knocked off. I have the leverage to feel the way I feel. Yeah, like, that's why I feel how I feel. So why, I'm not explaining myself. I feel like I'm not explaining myself. From there, opened up a bunch of doors for other shit to just start overflowing and coming out. And
people wasn't minding their business.
That's why we're here,
Okay, let me just real quick for the record. That post that he made, and I think everyone else would agree, cannot apply to you.
It could have not.
You have beautiful work. You do not just have sweatsuits. Can you agree that post
and
is not about
my quality is amazing?
I don't have to agree.
You should be able to speak. You should definitely be able to speak on my creativity.
I went live and spoke on that. I didn't have to agree with that.
I didn't watch all of the live.
Bro, the live, I stated that on the live because you put a post up right after and saying you wasn't worried about it.
No, I wasn't worried about it.
So you heard me say that.
When I went on there, I said, well, when we talked already before you went live, and I told you I asked not to go live.
Right.
You still decided to go live.
Yeah, because people weren't minding their business, and I feel like that's the part that I don't. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. So that kind of definitely gives us a little bit of what got us here. I want to hear from you a little bit about, because like I said, this post just went crazy, right? And it sounded like you're saying you made a general post. Other people took it, carried it over to you. Did it get delivered to you? Rah, rah, rah. Like, help me understand.
So I was minding my business. So for one, I had a meeting that I was in at the time, and I was getting text messages like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like going out of it. I'm like, wait, hold on, let me see. So I'm getting distracted. I'm like, let me just focus on this meeting that I'm in right now. And then when I got out of it, they were like, did you see the post that Quay, he's shading you? And I'm like, he's shading me? Like, hold on. So I looked at the post and I just went straight to text him. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, it was like, what is this about? Because it was just like, for me, I'm like already hearing stuff. So when I'm already hearing stuff, I'm like, all right, maybe it is like a little bit of shade. Like, I don't know if he's directing it to me, but like, I didn't feel like the post was about me because I laughed at it. I laughed at it because I do feel the same way, because I'm not easily impressed, but I'm very hard on myself. I'm very hard. I'm like, my work ethic. So I definitely felt the same. So I just laughed at it and kept it moving. So when they were like, girl, like, he's shading you.
Pause, I'm sorry. So did you see the post before they told you the post?
Yeah, I seen it.
And
like,
you didn't think it was about you?
No, I laughed at it and kept strolling. And then like, that's what I had a meeting. And then they start like, when I was in my meeting, they were like texting me. So then when I looked at my messages, I'm like, hold on. So I looked at the post again. I'm like, let me look at the post. Maybe I skipped something. And I immediately, I didn't even react to it. I just text him because I don't do social media thing with Quay. Like, I'm not doing the whole social media thing. And I feel like I was in a space where I was kind of like, it could happen, whatever. So I'm like, let me just, I was not in a good space. So I'm like, let me just text him and we could, if he has something to say, we could talk about it. And, he said it wasn't about me. So,
What am I feeling over here? What's going on over here?
I just feel like people weren't minding their business, and they made it bigger than it needed to be.
but how did it carry on to where it got? Because I felt like after we had a conversation, I felt like that could have. We already spoke on the phone.
Because I went live.
And then everything. No, it was. You think it was because of the live?
I think it was because of the live, and I think it was because people that were on the outside, again, side conversations, had their own opinions.
Because even the whole social media thing back and forth wasn't even with you or about you.
Yeah.
So like, how did the live transpire?
Baby, that's something
after the live.
That's something you gotta ask.
No, after the live.
That's something you gotta ask the
Wait,
people that it transpired.
What happened on the live?
The live was about me addressing somebody who basically
had an opinion on
had
the
an
post.
opinion. I don't think it was an opinion. I think it was a direct shot.
Okay.
So 2 people came underneath the post.
Okay.
And it was just funny to me that they came back to back. I felt
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they were
'cause
doing.
I'm like, why would
I
they
felt like
have
they were
been-
trying to do your dirty work.
Who has to do my dirty work?
I'm just saying that's
'Cause
how
you know
I
I
felt.
don't
Babe,
have
but
nobody
that's
do my
my
work.
opinion.
So she said-
But-
The same way she said it was an opinion, she was too detailed in her opinion.
Yeah, but-
she felt some type of way. She felt like I was shading
Maybe
you.
she had her own
Absolutely,
feeling towards
but that's
whatever
how
you were
it got
saying.
dragged over to what it ended up being.
Because she didn't text me prior. She wasn't one of the ones who texted me and said, "Go look at the post."
That's what I'm saying.
So
But even for her to make the comments that she made, it's like, this is why I said what I said. Like, people are just jumping out of the window because not for nothing, like, all of my shit is made to order.
Yeah, all my stuff is made to order too.
Yeah, so for you to say
yeah.
I just took something and put something on it, like, that's absolutely inaccurate, which is what I'm saying. Like, that's why
That was a custom jacket for a client.
This is what I'm saying. So, like, for you to come on my post saying what makes your brand any different from anybody else's, when all you did was take a jacket and put something on it, Barbie has been around, that's not true. All of my jackets prior to that jacket were custom jackets.
Yeah.
I only made jackets for individual people. That jacket was made for an individual. I posted it up as a
Fire, we
preview.
wanted
People
it.
responded to it. So I discussed
Yeah.
it with the client prior to even releasing it, which is why she's probably one of the only people who have the jacket and doesn't say Famous Loser on the back because it was made for her, has her name on it.
I got Famous Loser in the back of mine.
Everybody else's jacket says Famous Loser.
Why would mine have Famous?
Because it wasn't paid. You had to pay extra to get your name on it if you wanted your name on it. That's for anybody.
Let me just clear something up real quick, just for those that don't know, right? If you want to create a line, you can go about things 2 different ways. Quay is saying private labeling, which is when there's something that's already mass produced and you slap your label on it, and it's made by Hanes, it's made by whoever, but your name is on the front. That's
Lacking creativity.
absolutely.
Exactly. This
or you
wasn't
can
that.
actually produce a product yourself, as these 2 both do, in a factory, in a warehouse, in a smoke, whatever it is. But you sit down with that designer, that manufacturer, that sewer, and you go over the details. I want red stitching. I want longer arms. I want so on and so forth. That's just so we're clear, so people understand.
But I felt some type of way because I'm like, why do anybody feel as if that was me? Like, my quality control is not A1. Like, I am the most anal person when it comes down to mass
But that's what I'm
production
saying. That's what
and
people have to learn
what's
how to
going
mind their business.
And what's the goal? So I slightly felt the way it was like, why would this be about me when
It can't be about
it can't be about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that even when I put up the post, it was kind of like, I'm not
the shoe
worried.
didn't fit.
Yeah, because it didn't fit. I
It
couldn't
didn't
put
fit.
my feet in it no matter how much I tried. I just couldn't do it. So I'm like, if he is being shady, I just can't put my
I'm
foot
a
in
shady
there.
ass person.
Absolutely.
I'm just a naturally shady person. Generally, I'm gay. Y'all know I'm shady. I'm just shady. But the post, I don't have to go online to shade you when I can text you and shade you.
And we
if I wanted
shade
to
each other,
shade you.
yeah. And if we want to do it, we
My
do it via
thing is,
text
like-
message. We was very shady in our text messages.
Right. It is what it is.
You know?
You said what you said. I said what I said.
Right.
Okay, all right. So let's keep going a little bit.
Okay, so that's how. So the way that happened was that transpired. Me and Quay text. We had our back and forth. We came to semi-resolution, whatever you want to call it. It was kind
Prior
of
to the video being dropped, yeah, we
Before we get
did.
to the videos, let's just keep the timeline. Let's keep the timeline.
We did. We spoke. We did speak.
yeah,
prior
we
to that,
did. We
and then
did.
the video- and then the
Oh
video
yeah,
was
but why
dropped.
did they show the video? Why did they show the video? They showed the video because they didn't want me saying what I said. They was trying to threaten me, like, bitch, let me show the video.
Okay, so wait. Just so everybody's on the same page.
Because they didn't want me to tell the
There
tea.
was the post.
They didn't want me to tell
there
the
was
tea
a
about
text
what
between
they
the
were
two of
talking
them.
about. And it was a text
Then you
between
went
me and
live.
somebody else, Bigfoot.
Yes.
And then,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah.
Then you went live.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after the live? You made a post?
I didn't make a post after the live. No, after the live, I went back to work because I'm a working
Back to
girl.
work. Never mind. She didn't make a post. She went back to work.
Yeah, after the post, I went back to work because
Okay.
I'm a working girl. After that, I think we talked, and then somebody texted me.
Okay, while you were working.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
like
I was
just doing your thing, whatever.
Yeah, they text me and they're like, oh, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wrong bitch. Because I feel like when it comes to certain things, like, and I think people need to know this about me. I'm very much, I'm work oriented, I'm focused, I'm driven, I am anal, I am anxious. Like, I feel like I'm not the person that you really, we can have fun once I get a little bit of liquor in me. But I feel like besides that, I'm very focused on where I'm trying to go. So I feel like if you're texting me about something and you're like, oh, well, I'm like, I can't even say anything because I don't want to even like put people's tea out there. But like basically the message was basically coming at a sibling of mine. And for me, it was kind of like credentials. Like we're not going to discuss credentials. We're not going to go there. Like we're not going to have this whole discussion about it. So I had to say something. And then me and that person already had an issue prior to the text messages going like, before the text messages, before the Quay. Like the whole Quay situation, me and Quay already had a discussion. So before the whole thing, famous. Before the whole
Quay, Famous, it's all the same shit.
Me and Famous had a conversation before the conversation, like, before everything happened online. The live. After the live, a sibling must have contacted Famous and said something, and Famous went back and told the other person. So then the other person texted me and told me that my sibling doesn't have the credentials to something. And I was like, you don't have the credentials. Even though you've been trying to have them, but you don't have them. So that's how everything started. And then, so at this point, it was not even a me and Quay type of thing anymore. Like you know what I mean? It wasn't about us because we already have our discussion. And me and Quay could argue back and forth alone without it being on social media. But for me, I just found it funny that someone who I don't feel as if, like when I do my brand, I look at big brands. Anything that I do when I'm copying, I'm looking at houses, I'm looking at corporations, I'm looking at companies. That's why I do things such on a mass level. I don't look at local people and compete with local people. So when that happened, that kind of created a thing where I'm like, I find it funny how this person think that, and then that's where the world exploded. But they feel as if he was the one that started everything.
Yeah, they do. They always do. I'm always the one.
But it had nothing to do with the post. That was like something that was already happening. That happened like a week or something before that.
Like commingled together.
Yeah, it all commingled together. Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, it sounded like a lot of outside people.
Noise.
Exactly. Brought us here because...
Inside, in me, in him.
Definitely a little bit of that, but it sounded like
I was chilling.
It was you?
I was chilling.
It sounded like they had already spoke. Y'all had already spoke. And had other people not jumped in, we wouldn't be... I mean, this wouldn't really be all this. So...
Or had him not tell that said person.
Said person what?
Miss Mamas.
Okay, well, your sibling had multiple conversations, not just outside of me. She actually screenshotted the thread that she had the conversation with the other person and sent it to me and quoted underneath.
She contacted the other person.
The other person contacted her. Again, when something is being brought to you from not even an outsider, because these are inside people.
These are all inside
Y'all know
people.
both parties. You know, they used their best piece of
information to get him going.
Not even to get me really going, because I really wasn't going. I was more taken back because I felt like that whole situation should have been avoided because I avoided it. So it should have never even
Which
went.
One?
The video.
Oh, so we want to talk about the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it goes to there's a video of me talking shit. There's a video of me talking shit about him, and in that video, it was a frustration of me feeling as if every time I feel like we're in a good space, I feel like there is always things that's being brought to me about what he said. That's putting it on me. So when this happened, we were having a situation, and
I'm making it a point to do this because, like she said, there's things being brought to her about.
It was being brought to. It was.
That I said.
Yes, it was.
Actions or words?
It was words. You know what I'm talking about, bro. So we okay. Yeah, let me finish. Yeah.
Bro.
I feel like I gotta bro you right now.
Famous. Anyways.
So anyway.
You want sis? I don't know when you buy this.
I want fame.
Well, you want fame?
Yeah, that's what I want.
We know. But when I feel like when there's things that's being brought to somebody, and then you continuously hear that, when I felt like we already had another prior situation that happened what ended our friendship the first time.
Yeah.
And when we're moving on and we're moving past it, we already had a conversation prior to that, right, in September. Why I decided to put us on ice, and we were supposed to have a conversation after that, right?
Exactly.
Right. So for me, I felt like so someone said something to me,
Okay.
and when they said it to me, it kind of took me back, and it was kind of a moment to where I had to set boundaries because it was involving my child. Yes. So that situation transpired, and I felt like the moment that happened, it was kind of like, they switched it and tried to put it on me. It was like, oh, well, you didn't do this for me, and you told Famous something 9 years ago. Let's make that a thing. 9 years ago. So glass was being broken in my house.
This is 9 years ago.
No, the glass was broken in my house.
Present day. Okay.
And the moment happened present day. Me and Famous was already having our own moment that we were supposed to sit. I was building myself up to have a conversation with them.
Okay.
And they mentioned, so imagine you're already frustrated with this person.
You're already there. You're already at that
You're
point.
already there.
Okay.
And then when they said that Famous said this, and you're like, I didn't say it.
It just tipped you over.
It tipped me over the edge.
Okay.
So we were drinking a lot of wine. It was a little fucked up.
Okay.
And anybody people don't know me actually. So like whenever I get frustrated, I either want to fight. I'm not a conversation. I'm not a person that when I get mad, I don't want to talk. I want to fight.
Okay.
And I was like, call him. Called him. Well, the girl said he said this. It was from 9 years ago. The conversation was from 9 years ago. We called him. I'm like, yo, did you say this? And he's like, oh, I could have said it if I was mad at you. Maybe I was mad at her and I said it. And I'm like, well,
No,
mad
I
at
didn't
me.
say that. I said it.
No, you did not say
Yes, I
you
did
said
say
it.
I said
No,
it.
you did not
Everybody
say
that
you
was
said
there,
it.
I said it.
You said maybe I said it because
No,
I was
didn't.
mad at her.
No,
you
I
did
not.
say that.
I did not say that. You want to
Lack of
call him right now?
accountability pool is the lack of accountability.
It's not a lack of accountability because I said it.
Crazy. You
You
said
were
I
drunk.
said it. No, I remember.
You was.
Listen, drunk or not, that took me over the edge.
No, but they both can vouch that I said it.
You said it, right? And you said the only reason why I said it because I had to be mad at her or something was going on. I said, why would you say that when you know that wasn't the context of the conversation? For one, we're gonna go back to 9 years ago. That was not the conversation.
That was the conversation.
I have never contacted you, and you need to be honest about that.
No,
when I contacted
Yo.
you, no, seriously, when
No,
I contacted you
seriously.
about the situation, I contacted you asking you because no matter what it was, I will always say, because you just knew information.
Right.
And I would always just call Quay, like, what do you think I should do about this? Like, because he knew so much stuff when it came to a lot of things that I just didn't know. When it came to certain things, when it came to like, it could be something stupid. Like, what do you think this is? Like, and then he knew this person a little bit more in depth than I knew them because I don't interact with people that much.
Okay.
And if I do, it's not on a deep level. I only had 3 friendships that was deep level friendships. So when it came to that situation, I was like, let me go to him because he has a more deep relationship with them. So when I asked you, and I was like, do you think that this person is going to take care of this thing? Okay. It wasn't about them begging for a thing. You were being shady in that aspect when you went back and just admitted it.
I was not being shady. I wasn't being shady.
He went back and told the person.
I asked a question.
And he went back and told the person.
You said begging.
She was begging, and I did not say the girl was begging. I asked her.
You listen.
Let
me explain something to you. Like she said, right? She had 3 close friendships, right? Okay. So even like I explained to you via text, since we're here. We have conversations. Let's not act like that wasn't the conversation. That was the conversation.
That was not the conversation.
That was the conversation.
She was begging me.
You did say she was begging you.
I said, should I give this person? I'm like, how have she been? What's the call? What happened with the last
You
situation?
said because she keeps begging.
I said because she keeps asking me. I didn't say she was begging.
I'm your friend at the time. I'm your best friend at the time. Exactly. So you said begging. No, but that was the point. It wasn't about being messy. You know you said begging.
He's not gonna tell
you know you said begging. She said begging.
I did not say begging. Because you got one thing on me when I got mad things on you. You
Girl, you
talk about that
things
video.
from years ago.
So, and it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. I feel like I've been loyal to you for years.
Okay.
You just clearly
This ain't giving resolution. We need to get to the bottom of it. And you need to let us get to the bottom. You know what? Honestly, let's talk about the video. I want to discuss it a little bit.
Okay, she wants to discuss
I want
it.
to discuss it a little bit. I'm going to
Okay,
talk about it. We don't have to talk about what was said, but I want to discuss it.
She's saying the video. There's a video that.
I was talking shit about Quay.
Okay, so just so everybody understands.
And they recorded it, and they was feeling some type of way too.
How did we get to a video? Someone was secretly recording you.
I probably told them to record. I don't know what
I
happened.
thought the phone was in your hand. You were.
It might have been. That's what I said.
You recorded
No,
yourself.
I don't think. Did I record myself?
You did.
Oh well, maybe I did.
You had some things to say.
I had some things to say, and
We
I wanted to
need a
get off my
resolution.
chest.
Okay.
I wanted to get.
Was your intentions to send it to him?
I could have. I don't feel like it was in that moment where I was at because I wanted to fight. I didn't care.
Okay, I got you.
I really didn't care because I felt like it's like when I'm genuinely, and I felt like Quay was a soulmate. Right, so I just don't do certain things when it came to him,
Okay.
and there was a certain set of love that I have for him that I don't have for people because I don't fuck with people. I just don't involve myself with people on a day-to-day basis. Like, there's not that many people that can say, "Oh, I slept in the bed with Brian, we slept together," or not, we didn't sleep, we didn't have sex or anything, but just the intimacy of like how our relationship was,
Absolutely.
like the closeness. But there's not a lot of people who can say it's like a handful. We've been friends for like 15 years.
I get it.
There's not a lot of people that can say that they have that level of closeness
Absolutely.
with me. So there's a certain amount of love. So when it comes to like certain people bringing stuff and being messy and stuff like that, it was definitely hurtful. I was definitely hurt by the thing because it was not the first time.
But
And
you
have to be
allowed
honest.
it.
And I did allow it.
You should be to the point where you should be shutting that shit down. That's the problem.
And you wasn't at the point where you shut it down.
How
Somebody
wasn't
came
I?
to you and brought you bullshit.
How? They sent the video. It was accurate
No,
information.
not
It came
the video.
directly from
You just talking about that video. You holding on to that video
Oh, I'm
so
gonna
tight.
hold on to that video.
He holding on to that video so tight. And that's the same thing that I'm holding on to. With this. You said the same shit about me.
When? Umpteen years ago.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't umpteen years ago. That was
15 years ago.
when was that? When did we start talking again?
Well, we started.
Well, when
talking
did we
and
cut
stopped
off?
talking
Because you was
twice.
backing that.
My
You was backing that big back bitch in your car, and you was trying to act as if, oh, yeah, you were acting all crazy in my car, and then spreaded a rumor about me.
I didn't spread a rumor about you, and we're not going to keep
we
putting
said
that
a
on
rumor.
me.
So that was part of the frustration, and then all of that stuff happened. So anyway, in my house, they mentioned it. I was frustrated and I was upset, and I felt like he was a terrible person. So I did a video.
And then it got sent to him.
And it didn't get sent to him. Let's talk about it because it happened months ago. It didn't get sent to him to the point to where I was telling him the tea that they were saying about him because me and Quay already knew we had a problem with each other. But the fact is, the rest of the people around us that's talking to me and talking to him is not telling him the issue that they have with him. So when I started telling him things and he telling them what I said, they were contacting me, threatening me. Oh, you better be quiet before I send him the video. I said, girl, send it to him. Send him the video. Okay. Send him the video. Because that's exactly what it was. Y'all can't stand, and there's a lot of things that I want to just talk about, and I want to vent. It is a lot of things that y'all can sit around, but one thing about it is when we go back and forth, we go back and forth. But y'all sit in this man's face and y'all act as if y'all love him so much. And y'all don't say nothing about him, and everybody else is talking about him. But y'all the main ones who are enticing it and contacting me talking about him. So when I did that,
Can you make sure you drop a bomb when that part comes on? Boom.
So when I told him, and I was telling him things because I am basically saying, wait, they called me. They called me with the shit. So when I react to it, it's like, how else are you supposed to act as a lover and as a friend? And I feel like no matter what, I feel like Quay is my soulmate.
Okay.
Wow.
That's good.
So it felt as if when it's a lot of hurt in there. It's like, so I was frustrated. I was mad. And then they sitting there acting as if y'all all lovey-dovey with the man. Y'all don't like him.
Let me just this. Both of y'all. And this is to both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing soulmate. I'm hearing my person. If y'all are, from the outside looking in, because I'm an outsider. Mm-hmm. When I see you two, I'm like, that's what I see.
They don't like our energy together.
But listen, here's my thing.
They don't like the energy because can we talk about this real quick? People don't like the fact that we have, I am very much,
This is what I was going to say, so this is good. Go ahead.
Okay. He's a personality.
Yes.
And I tell you that all the time.
Absolutely.
But I'm trying to cancel him. with my non-personality ass. Like, I'm trying to cancel Quay.
Okay.
So with him being in a personality, and for me to be the laid back personality, because I'm very laid back.
Absolutely.
Until I'm frustrated. It's kind of like where that dynamic, it works. It's like a polar opposite. It balances each other's out. And I think that it brings in a lot of attention, and there's a lot of two people who can do what they do without other people. Some people can never do that with Quay. And it's kind of good to have Brantasia out the way so that they can be that. And it's never going to be that. Like, I don't care how many people he posts, it's just never the same dynamic, and it's still never the same shift that it is. So if you can create and you can divide us, it's easier to divide us than to have us together, because they see what we can do together.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And that's very strong. And I feel like that's perfect that you said that, because that leads.
And we can do our own by ourselves, but together we're stronger.
For sure. No, for sure. I feel like.
I just want to mention that. Oh my God. No, seriously.
No, listen. So you guys have that dynamic, right? You guys are each other's, whatever you may use, whatever the highest word or the highest level of love that you can express for a friend. How is it that you are allowing outside people and pause, let me just finish, parties to intrude on that? Like, and I feel like I resonate with you so much with what you're saying, because I feel like I just use it as my own life. I have this many friends, and everybody knows I don't literally talk to anybody. I've had the same friends since high school. If you ain't dating one of my cousins, I don't really, I'm not friends with you. It's literally my cousins, or you are married or dating one of my cousins. And there is never, I mean, you have never, and you will never, because how? Like, not that I condone it coming with any of your other friends, but you two, I just don't understand how we got there. When someone call your phone, how are you not just like, I'm good? Like, I don't need.
I feel like there was already a disconnect.
Something happened. There was a fallout.
No, he was going through what he was going through.
Okay.
And we talked about it.
Right.
Okay.
And I didn't know what he was going through at the time. And for me, you felt as if I wasn't available for you when you were going through what you were going through.
Exactly.
And I felt like he
They saw a little
wasn't.
moment and they slid in.
Yeah, and I felt like he wasn't there for me, so I didn't want to be there for him. And it was a moment where it leaves room for frustration, because I was just more, any conversation I ever had was more about like, hey, I feel like there's a disconnect. Like, I don't feel like he's really my friend right now. Like, he only contacted me for this reasons. And I wasn't happy, and I wasn't happy with our dynamic at the moment.
Okay.
So I felt like whenever somebody is contacting me saying, hey, this, and this, and this, and this, I'm like, oh, okay. Or they're telling me certain things like, oh, well, he did this, or did you see this, or he said this. For me, I felt like, oh, this is why it was an easy space to create more space between us. You know what I mean? And I wasn't in a space of like, let me contact him, because I think everybody is human beings to be able to say what.
I got you.
What's going on? Okay. And I didn't, and to be honest, I took it personal.
Okay.
I took it very personal, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is not, and I've talked about it in therapy, because that's somebody who I have in my, I felt I brought back into my life. And I felt like that this person it was gonna be a different situation. We were gonna move forward, and we weren't gonna and I think our main conversation that we had was like not letting outside parties affect our relationship. And for me, I felt like there was a huge disconnect, and we felt each other.
Okay.
Do you agree?
I was gonna say.
Agreed.
Can we agree? Because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. It sounded like, and you put that beautifully, Bria. You put that beautifully. I feel like there was a little room, and this is what happened.
And it allowed it to be
completely, and it just flooded. The gates came flooding open, and I hate that for you guys, because I do, before camera, off camera, on camera, through social media, through real life, I see it. Like, you guys love each other, and there is so much love there. This is crazy. There's so much love there.
It's really hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
I'm like,
give everybody a little ear, bro.
I've been dying in this culture, and I'm just gonna save face. I was letting show what this look like.
I feel like we understand. A lot of this had to do with outside parties.
Where my wine at?
Where's your wine?
You took my glass?
Your glass is right in front of you. Come on, don't see.
Wait, so is that mine?
Oh no, mine has the red mix in it. Yeah, so this is yours.
Why did you take hers?
The table's turning, yeah, the table's
okay.
turning, yeah. I was ready to say, wait a minute, hold on.
He was about to blame it on me.
No, I wasn't. I mean, technically you're moving the table.
I can't.
Okay. Look at you moving the table. It's you.
Just saying.
So I feel like we kind of have an understanding.
I mean, it will always be an understanding because there's always going to be love there.
Yeah.
This is not somebody that I hate. I just feel like my biggest thing with anything is like the thing that I've learned even last year was like.
This, did you?
No. I'm telling you.
Because she don't know what you've been doing.
I don't.
Nothing. You got 2 kids, baby. Not me.
You've been doing more.
No, I didn't say that. I knew mine had the red in it.
I love that for you.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I personally feel like I'm the most forgiving person on earth.
Okay.
I forgive everybody. I do.
You
name one person that has done something to me that only if you violated me to it. So there's only certain people, I'm saying this on camera now, that I will never forgive because you knew what you was doing.
Okay.
We're never gonna make it seem like, oh, this was that and it was because of this. No, it wasn't. You had an opportunity, you seen it, you took it. You did what you wanted to do, it was intentional. So there's certain people I will never fuck with again. But if you ain't never really like, I mean, it's nothing to me to forgive somebody because at the end of the day, you got to live with the guilt of doing what you did. That's not my problem. My blessings are going to continue to come. My goals are going to continue to be reached. I'm going to continue to be the person that I am. And if I feel like I started this shit, I feel like I started this shit. That's just how I feel.
And he did.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can take that away from me. They're not copywriting. They're not stealing your shit. They're stealing my shit. So if I feel that way, that's how I feel. And that's no shot to you at all. That's no shot to anybody.
I did what I did. I don't got to talk about it.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I feel like the small people, and this is again, take this how you want to take it, generally. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you haven't done enough, you can't speak on what I've done. Mm. You haven't made the connections I've made. You haven't been in the rooms I've been in. You ain't sit in the seats I've sat in. You don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as far as you're concerned, everybody's only talking about the Barbie jacket. Before that Barbie jacket, I have made, I don't even remember how many custom jackets I sold.
The Barbie jacket was definitely
But the Barbie jacket was the staple. It was this piece that got the recognition for the brand.
That you deserved. I feel like it's been years. So I feel like for one thing.
And that's another thing.
Can we talk about that?
7 years.
He's been in business.
To get there.
Yeah,
7 years.
7 years.
2016.
It wasn't an overnight thing. So
until
2023. So I felt like no matter what, even the time that everything came, it was deserved because I felt like it was a lot of work and there was a lot of trials and tribulations that happened behind the scenes. And not consistency.
He wasn't consistent?
He could have been more consistent.
See what I mean?
That's
what I'm talking about. I'm shady.
That's just my.
I'm be mad at that. She feels like
that's just.
I wasn't because you know what? I'm gonna be honest.
Honestly,
I'm the type of person who falls in love.
He knows what
everything else.
Yeah, and he knows.
You know what I mean?
The crazy thing about it is Quay knows because I talked to him about it. This is nothing that I ever said. I talked to him about it. I feel like Quay could have been a lot further, and I always talk to him about certain things that he should do. So for me to say, quote unquote, that I want to cancel somebody that I had conversations with.
Let's cancel him because he's the message.
And I always told you, what did I always say to you?
You have star quality.
No, seriously. So I feel like no matter what it is, I feel like my only problem was that he was not consistent in his craft. And you have to be, whenever you're going somewhere, you have to be very consistent and you have to be prepared.
And you know what it is for me?
Very prepared.
Like,
he's a creative.
I'm creative, so you know what it is with me.
Not a business person.
When I feel like I know the thing with me is, you know what it is for me? You know what it is for me?
Go ahead.
I can take time off, right? Mm-hmm. Come back in the game, drop something, boom, and it's a hit.
But it's still not gonna do what you were really capable of doing.
You feel like he could have been further.
He could have been way
absolutely,
further. And I still feel like after the moment, it still could have been a further moment.
Absolutely,
because you have to capitalize on those moments that
and you're right.
And I always tell you that. I don't sugarcoat nothing when it comes to Quay. And Quay knows that. So for
this is not my demographic.
We're not talking about this area. We're talking about in general.
In general, but we're gonna. That's what I'm saying. But we're gonna. But
and this is not my dad. So when you made a post and you said let's talk about upstate Capital Region.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and I have.
Want to hear a joke?
You want to hear a joke? And I always had. And I
but you don't do.
No, and that's what I said. I feel like I always have outside orders, but I feel like no matter what it is, you have to prepare yourself and you have to make your moment, and you have to capitalize on it.
That's where now.
You don't get that moment, but so many times.
Absolutely, but now,
it's never
that's where it's like,
so
I'm creating a team now, because I feel like for so long, and I said this before, I've been selfish in my business. I don't bring certain people into my business. I don't like certain people working for me, because at the end of the day, people only see these moments. They don't see they don't see what came before that. They see, the Barbie jacket's going crazy. This person's wearing it. That person's wearing it. This is happening. So now it's like you want to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, so you got to be very selective about who you choose to bring on board. And the thing is, everybody does. The thing that I hate about my life, I'm going to be honest, is that everybody wants the relationships I have with people already. Okay. People come to me wanting to be like
me.
People come into my life wanting to be people who are already in my life, and it just doesn't work. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's already a spot for that. So it's like, let's just do this.
Let's do that.
Not that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel like that's the main. I feel like the main issue is the fact that they wanna, like, they can't be me. And I feel like I'm very calm. Like, I feel like I'm very chill. Am I not calm and chill? I will do anything to come in to have that moment and have that spot and have that energy, and it's just never going to happen.
But I feel like I have different relationships with everybody. I'm closer to some people. I do.
But I'm talking about our thing.
No, I know what you're talking about.
With him, and they still want our thing. Like, you're not going to show up in the picture the same way me and him show up in the picture. I feel like Quay deserves everything that he has coming to him. I feel like if he works harder, he will be 10 times further than where he's at.
I feel
like he deserves everything.
If they work harder, so I can agree with
that. I feel like he deserves everything he has. He's very deserving of everything he has. I feel like it's due time. The work was put in. All that stuff was there. And I always speak highly of him. And he knows that. If you can rewind the last RapDillz interview, and I always spoke highly. So I'm never going to take that from him. So I feel like for people to try to create the wedge with something that is God created, and I always talk about ordained.
Okay.
Some things you can never take from a person, and some things you can never do. And that's just like, even when it comes to myself, or when it comes to Quay, when it comes to you, like, you can't take something and you can't break something that God has his hands on. Okay. So it doesn't matter what it is. Am I a little anal? Do I like things a certain type of way? Wish it was a little bit better the way he handles life. But that's not my thing. Like, and I can't stop him from doing something.
I'm a lifer.
He lives life.
I'm just running through life.
He's just like, I'm just living life. There
was a point in time where, like, for a long time, I'm a relationship person. So I'm like, if I'm in a relationship, I noticed that, like, I can't do both.
The balance is not there.
If the balance is never there, it's like I'm either 100% into my partner or 100% into my work. Okay. I feel like I work better when I'm single, so lately I've been just taking the single route, kind of just with options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. You know what I'm saying?
I am not.
Come as you are. But at the same time, it's like, that's how I have balance over my life. I don't take, and a lot of people feel some type of way. There's been plenty of good catches that came my way, and they're like, oh, I don't feel like you take me serious. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm never going to take you more serious than my work at the moment. It's because I know where it can go. I invested in a situation, tried.
What did I call him?
I think we're going to save this clip for the...
Okay, you want to give it? Well, yeah. I feel like I said what I said. So, like, it's never a moment that I ever felt like I can cancel anybody. There's nobody that can be canceled.
So that's the thing. Let's just, before we...
And she said that on camera so that we're clear. There's no canceling me.
Is there
can't cancel Quay.
Anything that was said in the last
piece
that y'all just want to clear up before we kind of wrap it up?
So I feel like the canceling situation.
Okay, you want to be clear. You did not say that.
I can't. No, I didn't say cancel.
Okay.
I just said I wouldn't worry about Quay because Quay's not serious about his work.
Okay.
And when he becomes serious about his work is when he's going to become a problem. And then that's the truth.
That was shady, but okay.
That's not shady.
I wouldn't take that.
I'm not gonna say it. Okay, so let me say this. I'm not gonna say it was shady.
When somebody's calling me,
like she's giving you credit. Once you take your craft as serious as it can be serious,
it's gonna be a problem.
Gonna be a problem.
Other than that, I'm not worried about it.
That's when you gotta watch out for somebody when they a problem, and that's. She feels like you could be a problem, and
she knows I'm a problem.
I know he can be. No, I know he.
You know his capabilities.
I know. I always see people. Listen, I'm a businesswoman, right? I'm not really like I'm a creative.
Okay.
But ultimately, I'm a businesswoman.
Okay.
So I can see people's flaws. I can see people's like whatever it is. When it comes to him, I know what he's capable of doing, but he's not capable. I don't know if he knows 100% what he's capable of doing, or he just
I don't think he does yet.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And
that's
maybe
that's the problem.
Yeah,
so I feel like Quay
yeah.
creates this thing where he thinks everybody's against him, and it's like, you're against you. Nobody can come against you.
Are you standing in your own way?
He does stand in his own way. Speak
to
on
a certain degree, I do stand in my own way, but it has nothing to do with the work ethic. It's about me being attracted by other things. So it's like, boom, I could be working very hard. Then here comes...
He's a hard worker.
Look, then here comes Johnny. Now, now I gotta get Johnny together because I gotta bring Johnny to the table.
He's a project person.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, again, this is another conversation for another podcast. Okay.
But anyway,
to that later.
and then he don't work on the project at hand. So when I said that, I said it in the sense of he can be a problem, but right now I'm not worried. When they calling me about certain things, because there's a call.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not worried about that. Because if he's not seriously, he's not serious. Like if when he,
you're basically saying he's not taking himself serious. Why would you?
And I tell that to him.
And you've said that to him.
And I said that to him. I tell Quay all the time. I'm the one who. So I'm always.
Okay.
So I'm always the one that's telling him you could be doing more. You can be pushing yourself further. Order more. Do more.
Okay.
I'm always that one. And it can become bad. It's like a bad thing too, right?
It's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse.
Because the thing is, you want me to work as hard as you're working, and I don't.
I don't want you to work as hard as me. But I feel like you can work a little bit more harder than you're working.
But you do. But I don't have to if I don't want to.
You should.
Okay. Well, that's your
because
opinion.
that's when you won't feel that gap, or you feel as if somebody else is trying to create something.
No.
Or somebody's trying to do something.
But the thing with me is, I have to deal with my shit personally, internally, before I can actually do that. If I'm going through something, it's no way I can actually.
Girl, I can be going through something. Fuck that shit. I'm going through.
I don't give a fuck.
Business.
My man.
Kind of my man.
Right.
But no, I get it. I totally.
Girl, I would cut my man off in a heartbeat. Like you are straight.
Girl, see this is where.
It feels like you both are just different, and that is okay.
We are different individuals.
And that's okay. And that's okay. I love that no matter how aggressive it's coming from your heart, and I can tell, and you mean nothing but well, and you want him to succeed, and you want him to do A, B, and C, D, E, F, G. And he's just to do A and B and kill A and B, and that's okay. It's okay. It is okay.
No,
he want to be a free bird, and I'm like, cage yourself a little bit.
2024, you guys will see more.
Thank you, please. We want to see more.
Let's leave that there, okay? I feel like we discussed it.
Yeah.
I feel like we have an understanding.
Do we?
I feel like.
Because I don't want no more shady posts, bitch.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
Rampage, not me. I said what I had to say.
I want to go rampage with you.
No, not with me, but I'm saying in general.
No, I'm joking.
It definitely gave out of your element.
It was out of my element. You want to know why? Because I feel like when it comes to certain things, I feel like I went on a rampage because it was a conversation that happened before. We cannot discuss credentials without having to be realistic, because I do not live in the world of, I'm very blunt, and I'm not the nice friend to contact when you want something nice to be said.
Okay.
So I feel like, and it doesn't come out on public. I don't do it in public to people. Yeah, so I feel like that whole situation happened, and it just made me go on a rampage, because it was just like, you don't have the credentials to talk about somebody else having the credentials.
Okay.
When the other person wasn't even working towards having credentials, but you've been working for 10 years.
Is that the saying?
Right. So it was like that, basically.
Okay.
That's what caused me to go on a rampage. It wasn't nothing involving Quay, so that's why me and Quay didn't even go back and forth. But they wanted Quay to go back and forth with me, didn't they?
I think they wanted some entertainment, and they
Quay.
said that.
They wanted us to go at it on social media.
They wanted y'all to fight.
We never go at it on social media, though.
And
so.
I appreciate that. Nobody. It's just why?
No, because I feel like when it comes to him,
I said what I had to say. Somebody took it out of context. I'm going to continue to say that.
Yeah.
Had it not been taken out of the context, we wouldn't even be here.
We wouldn't be here.
Let's just keep it a break. That's just what it boils down to.
It's outside parties.
Exactly. But it's always outside parties.
Always.
And that's where I feel like at the end of the day, the resolution is if somebody does come to you with a problem, you should just shut it down.
Should I record it?
No, you can just shut it down.
Okay.
I don't even want to have the conversation.
You too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But because we're at that age, we're like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because the thing is this, it's been the same way you feel like it's been a build-up for you for months, it's been a build-up for me for months.
Oh, they've been setting us
I
up.
haven't said anything.
I've
been letting you talk your shit, say what you want to say. It wasn't until I heard the video and I felt like, okay, well, yeah.
And when did they play the video?
The night I posted, the day I posted the status is when I heard the video.
And it was the time, because I have the text message. Do you want the text message?
We don't need the text messages.
Oh, okay. It was the time where I was telling him certain things, and they text me and was like, if you keep going, I'm gonna send him the video.
So this was way before, and
it was premeditated. Yeah, it was kind of like a situation.
Like
which is like, it's whatever, but it was definitely, you know.
And I apologize. You know what? I'm apologize. I was frustrated, and I feel like, and I was, and honestly, I texted him the next day, and I texted the other party that was involved, and I distanced myself, but I spoke to him and I let him know, like, hey, I love you, but I need a break from everyone because it took me out of character.
Okay.
And I was more hurt with myself because I felt as if like this is really not you operating in yourself. Mm-hmm. And you're not working on yourself to behave in this manner. Mm-hmm. So I definitely did contact to take a break.
Okay.
And then once me and him had our conversations, and me and him still, because it doesn't matter what me and Quay goes through. Mm-hmm. You will always be on the outside in, and we would still talk shit to each other. Even if we're not dealing with each other or not, we're gonna contact each other, we're gonna talk our little shit. Not about other people, but just each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like we're gonna
that's what it was. I mean, I feel like that's the thing. Everybody was looking for it to hit the internet, and it didn't hit the internet. Mm-hmm. So that was where the frustration came in with them. It's like, oh, she's not saying nothing about you. Like she won't address you online. And it's like,
as if I'm scared.
But she's
like, we didn't have a brawl.
But she's never gonna address me online.
Me and Quay had a full brawl. But that's like my brother. He's like a sibling.
I love it. Yeah, that's.
But they're trying to make it seem like I'm like a pussy. And I don't want to like go at him on the internet. But it's like that's like my sibling.
I get it.
He's like a sibling.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's like, girl, I don't know you. Why would you think that I would handle you the same way I'm going to handle him?
She's not, and she shouldn't.
And I would never will.
Okay, so I think we got a lot. We dug into it. We clarified some things. Do you both feel satisfied with where we are?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Let me give you my take on it, because a lot of people are gonna have opinions,
yes,
obviously based on the video.
Because he been talking shit about me.
And you was talking shit about me, but anyways, continue. Like I said, I always look at it from the perspective of, and we've all been here, so be ready.
Okay.
You forgive your sorry ass man.
Ooh.
Forgive your friend.
Okay, now.
Okay, let's talk about that.
And that's what it is. You know,
guys.
No, we're gonna leave it there.
This is the resolution room. I feel like we came to a resolution.
We came to a resolution. We did.
Like
we did. You want to shake hands?
Let's shake hands. Y'all want to hug?
No, I don't want to hug him.
They don't want to hug?
Yeah, no, we're not at the point where we're gonna be hugging yet. But you can get a
shake hands.
I can't stand these two.
No toast.
Let's toast. I think we did a good one tonight. And let's just remember, outside of all that, we have two great creatives. They have a lot going on. She has a new business, a new baby that she's birthing. I'm so excited for her. Her glasses.
What you smoking for? I'm telling you, this bitch is shady.
How much shit are you smoking for? I just need you have a new birthday. Yes.
We'll do this all night, but we're going to wrap
2024, you will see more.
Let's just see more. Thank you guys.
You so fucking shady, bitch.
Good job.
You shady as fuck.
RapDillz pills and exclusive, come slide.